I am. I don't care if everyone else is.
I know, I don't care about you, so...
No, god damn it, Blake.
Off to a great start.
Blake's grumpy today.
Always grumpy when you're around, Jordane.
True.
Awfully long today.
Okay. If everybody's here... So last time on the Veilstone Chronicle, you all explored a cave and a ruin found inside of that cave in search of the murderer from Raven's Point. Your claustrophobic bird friend, Lumina, identified the murderer, you killed the murderer, and found that you were actually trapped in the cave by some sort of maniacal magical force. As you explored deeper and made your way into a ruin that had recently been excavated, you made your way through traps, tribulations, and met Kaya's ex-boyfriend, Farid Rembrandt, the son of the head of the Zephyr Corporation, waiting in the final room. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Wait. What did I miss? What did I miss?
You mean future boyfriend? Excuse me.
I was so sad nobody caught the joke when I did it. I wanted that reaction when I said it, Emily.
Last time? You said that last time?
No, I said it this time.
Yeah, that was me reacting. There's your reaction.
It was so late. It was so late.
Oh, I wasn't gonna interrupt you.
Yeah,
why not?
Fucking...
Everybody else does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically a rite of passage to just tell Blake to fuck off mid-sentence.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, after dispatching the man and his guards, he vanished in a flare of magical light. And the individual still standing in the room with you all was a Kenku trapped within a magical sphere of energy from a magic circle that you all subsequently broke, where you had a nice, lovely conversation with a Kenku introducing himself as the Herald. He asked for everyone's names, had a wonderful time, and very politely offered to give you all the Veilstone, a rare magical mineral with the power to grant wishes that was interred within the dungeon. It reacted fairly well to you all's presence, in that it only jumped onto your arms and turned into a bracelet that you now cannot remove. And that's where we left off, pretty much.
Fantastic.
What'd y'all like to do?
Kill the bird.
The bird has left.
Oh,
he bounced
that's right.
up out of there.
Find him and
Bring him
kill
back.
The only bird is currently half plucked in the other room, clinging to Fig like a child.
My poor friend.
That bird will have to do. I'm just kidding.
Bitch.
So what are we doing?
Fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Fig? How is Fig reacting to having this bracelet stuck on her? Two bracelets or one?
Did not agree.
Is it
All
two?
of you have a singular bracelet on your limb, on your, I believe it's left arm, with a single gemstone inlaid upon it. It's different gemstones for each one of you.
Gotcha.
Friendship bracelets?
Lumina, seeing Barbecaville, is going to let go of Fig and take like 10 feet back to preserve her street cred.
If we take them off, is it like those bands that everyone was so obsessed with like 10 years ago that you take them off and they look like an animal?
Did you try and take it off?
Yeah, the silly
I
bands.
would advise not trying to take it off.
Did you try and take it off?
No, I'm not trying to take it off. I'm just curious. Maybe I need to know my spirit animal.
They're like an armband, and they're pretty tight to your wrist. They feel perfectly comfortable, but if you grip it, you find that there is almost no give when you try and move it. But it feels almost like it's not even there. Think of it more as like an armband. I call them bracelets, but think of them closer to an armband.
A manacle.
That also works.
Yeah, fucking handcuff.
You all have different styles. Ulysses is a fucking handcuff.
Yep.
Rebecca feels a fucking decked out, bedazzled, like armband circlet thing. Figs is somehow made of leaves.
Okay, I was about to ask you that. Considering that it's part of nature, Fig isn't going to panic too much.
I'm glad that Lumina didn't get one, because she's already been designed to be more busted than anything we'll end up with.
I'm gonna fucking be so mad at you for so fucking long about making fun of this fucking shit. And when we get to the part that explains all this shit, I'm gonna hurt you.
What?
Okay?
That's not nice. I didn't do
I'm
anything
gonna hurt
wrong.
you emotionally. I'm gonna hurt you so emotionally for so fucking long.
I didn't do
Oh, that
anything.
was the
I've
other
been
thing.
nothing but
So much you
supportive,
walked out.
Blake.
Bullshit. Anyway, the other thing you reminded me with your bullshit comment. The Herald did ask for, in return for giving you the Veilstone and letting you all leave without, standing there and starving to death over a period of several weeks, he told you to give the frightened wisp outside, aka Lumina, looked like a gemstone sitting in the
that's
center
right.
of the magic circle. If you look at it, it looks like someone had taken the time to perfectly smooth out a piece of moonstone into a sphere, cut it in half, and then inlaid half of it on into what looks like it could be a very large pendant that does not have a chain.
I see.
And the pendant's basically made of brass, the mounting.
Well, I didn't agree to do anything for that guy, so I'm not delivering it.
I'll do it.
I mean, isn't Lumina right there?
Yeah, she's right outside. She could not go through the black magical fire.
Yeah, I also
Oh, is that
cannot.
shit still there?
Let me out.
Oh yeah, no, it's supposed to be open. What the fuck?
The attempted token movement collides with at least one wall.
Give me a
Blake.
second. How the fuck did it do that? I had a door there. What happened to my door, Stradane?
Yeah,
I didn't touch shit. I didn't fuck with
Well-
your fucking map.
Here's the plan.
Oh wait,
I
there's
deleted the wall.
It's like under Barbecathol.
That's okay, I deleted the wall.
Thanks.
Deleted the wall.
That makes it much easier.
Doors
And
of
my
gems.
response in my character token is a lot better this time.
Fantastic. I'm glad
I
to hear
feel
that.
Free.
I really hope that it wasn't us in that it was the service. I could deal with it being the service, but when it's like something I don't know how to fix, I hate that.
Yeah.
Lumina, seeing everyone is alright, is going to continue her standard of panicking slightly because you are under fucking ground.
Who has the thing? Did we give it to her yet? Do I have the thing?
I plan to give it to her if
Okay.
nobody else wants to give it to her.
Yeah, you can give it to her.
Can we go now? Please?
Just take this and then we can go. And I will show her the thing.
Kills
Lumina
her.
gives it a very skeptical look, and what the fuck is that?
I don't fucking know.
Then why the hell do you want to give it to me?
I was told to in exchange for this item that I cannot remove from my body, so I pay my debts.
Wow, that's definitely making me want to take that. Yeah, no, let's just leave. You can keep it.
I grab her as she tries to walk by me.
Oh my god.
Make
Oh.
an athletics check.
Fucking grab a feather out of the air.
Oh!
Oh, my
Jesus.
god.
Yo, fucking
What is with Nathan's hair?
Barbecathul just fucking hulked out on her.
Okay. So Lumina is much shorter than everyone in this party and is also rather lightweight, being an Aarakocra. So you actually are able to very easily wrap your arm around her as she's trying to walk by and kind of pull her really close with one arm. She tries to dodge you a little bit when she sees what you're going for, but fails utterly.
You will take it.
No! Fuck you! Let's leave!
I like squeeze her arm a little bit tighter, and you will like it.
Oh!
What the?
What the
I
fuck?
don't. She looks around at everybody else like, help, please?
I'm not
They
stepping
kinda
in.
get
I'm standing there
closer
very
and-
awkwardly.
And kind of like grabs the other half of Luna's body and stares Barbecathol down.
Lumina's just kind of hanging in the air. Barbecathul's kind of like holding her arms and wings at her side, like tight to her sides. Figs like grabbed her legs and lifted her halfway off the fucking ground. And
my God.
Lumina's just like turning her head and like having even more of a panic attack than she was beforehand.
Oh my god.
I will approach her in this this state that she is in.
No, She looks at you and goes, "No."
I'm gonna use my thaumaturgy and yell to let her go.
Oh, spooky.
Oh, you're not holding her in place. You're trying to pull her free.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Everybody else is like, this is awkward. What do we do?
I don't know. Does she have like a visible pocket or something?
She doesn't have what looks to be visible pockets, but she does have like on her clothes are kind of very minimal, but there is a like pocket around her vest area.
Can I try to slip this in there?
Sleight of hand, because I imagine as closer you get, she's gonna fucking struggle to dodge that shit.
I do think.
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
What are y'all doing?
What the fuck you?
They're not your NPCs anymore. They're ours. Fuck you.
Fuck all of you. I will kill you, you stupid bitch. Okay. So she's having a panic attack again and struggling in Barbecathel's grip. Fig was trying to get her loose, but served to only really hold her more in place as Kaya kind of slides up, pockets the gem in her breast pocket, and steps away. I will fucking kill you. You have a very pissed off Aarakocra, like kicking now at Fig and trying to like lurch towards Kaya.
I kind of like step back and just fold my arms and just wait for either this to pass or for her to break free.
Alright, as Barbecathl drops her, I make sure to grab her so she doesn't fall.
Lumina kind of ends up in Fig's grasp and tries to like kind of shrug her off. She reaches into her pocket to take the gemstone out and try to throw it at Kaya. But as soon as her talons curl around the gemstone, she pulls it out. You see it for a brief moment before it turns into a tiny wisp of silvery mist that surrounds her form, bleeds into it, and she is standing there still extraordinarily pissed off, but slightly more stable. She's not as mad as she used to be anymore. She's more freaking out about how there's more silvery mist wisping around her.
Can we just give the bird antidepressant?
Lumina plucks a fucking feather. I'm gonna give you a special kind of antidepressant.
I'll react with shield.
Okay.
This is so dumb.
It is dumb, but she's being assaulted. What did you think was gonna happen?
What?
Very fair.
All right, so Lumina throws her sharpened feather dagger at Barbecathl immediately for holding her in place, and the shield of magical force just bounces it right off. I hate every single one of you except you. You're fine. And she looks at Fig and she's like, "You're fine. Everyone else, I hope you burn in here." And then she's like, "I'm leaving."
Oh, she didn't die.
She is still very much panicking as she makes her way towards the entrance and tries to keep a very healthy distance from the psychopaths who wrestled her to the fucking floor. I'm not going to make you all go to the other maps. So Lumina sort of storms her way out of the cave, where it is actually... night has pretty much fallen at this point. There's a little bit of sun off in the distance, but you all were in the tomb for a little while, and it was already afternoon when you arrived anyway. So as soon as you step out of the cavern, you're still in mostly darkness. There's no moon out tonight. It is the new moon. You can see the stars overhead, and Lumina kind of looks around, squinting, as she does not have a particularly keen sense of night vision, and then kind of stalks off to lurk beside a tree with her arms crossed, glaring in through the darkness towards you all. She does seem immediately more calm as soon as she steps out of the cave and into the open air, but she does seem more mildly annoyed that you all wrestled her to the floor and gave her some gems she didn't. Yes, it's your fault too.
Yeah,
Alyssa.
okay, I don't think so.
The only person's fault it wasn't was mine.
Yep,
Eat
that
that.
was the claim she made. So y'all are outside the cave, and it is getting to be rather late. What do y'all want to do?
Fig sighs loudly as they exit the cave, feeling much more at home in the forest and out of the rocky tomb they were in. She goes ahead and moves forward to stand aside Lumina.
Lumina glares at Kaya and Barbecuthul one more time, then glances over at Fig. And there's this awkward moment where she still looks mad. Like, she's got her arms crossed, her wings are folded around her. She's giving you this side eye that's like kind of a glare because she's mad at something else. But then she looks away, she glances back at you, tilts her head, looks away, and she's like, sorry I called you a bitch earlier.
Fig gently pets her top feathers.
Wait, did she call me a bitch or did she call barbecue a bitch?
Earlier when they first met, Lumina called Fig a bitch.
Yes.
Oh,
She's called a
Her
lot.
meeting was not so grand.
Lumina has called a lot of people a bitch recently.
the list of people who are a bitch has been updated. I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Bitch, I did not tell you to activate a scene.
Yeah, fucking, I'm recording shit here. I gotta have fucking something to look at, okay?
Whatever that drink is, it looks amazing, Nathan. What the hell is it?
Okay. So this is the Hut in the Woods map. You all are not back at the Hut in the Woods yet.
Ooh.
That would take you about half a day to get there. So
I
you're
figured
just outside the
somewhere
cave.
woods would
Yeah,
be fine.
somewhere woods works fine. I'm just letting y'all know.
I'll look at Lumina and ask, do you feel any different?
Why would I tell you a damn thing?
Alright, then don't.
Then don't ask.
This is a hostile fucking campaign. What the hell happened?
Let's move on then.
In the middle of the fucking night? Sure, if you want to die. You do whatever the hell you want. I'm camping. And she walks around a tree and starts kind of looking around. You realize that she does not have a bag or any what look to be any supplies on her person. She was kind of ill prepared for the trip, it appears, but she doesn't seem bothered by this and starts looking around for a particularly solid tree.
Same. But a different tree. Not the same tree as her tree.
Is she gonna go
Find
up
a
the
better
tree,
tree.
or is she gonna sit down at the bottom?
Are you asking her?
I'll wait to see.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Lumina inspects a couple more trees, finds one that meets her criteria, and starts scaling up into a sturdy set of branches. She's rather lightweight, so you see leaves shuffling, and a couple of the branches do crack, but she eventually finds one that seems capable of supporting her weight, leans back against the tree trunk, shoots one more glare down at Kaya where she found her tree, and kind of starts ignoring all of you. What would y'all like to do?
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt into the ground, into like the grass in the field. And I'm gonna start a fire.
Shouldn't we, like, build a fire?
I mean,
It's right there. It's pre-made fire right there.
Pre-made.
Pre-cooked
Ready
fire.
with flame.
I don't know. How do you even, like... I don't know. Besides, enclosing it. I don't know
Put
anything
the
about
rock
fire
around
safety.
it.
Yeah,
to keep it from spreading.
unless it's too late for that.
It's probably too late since it's already been built.
I mean, there is the old campsite down south that we can hang out here.
Oh yeah, we're like right here, aren't we?
Nah, you're all up at the cave. This is just the map that
Okay.
Jordan moved us to. This is not where you actually
Okay.
are. He just wanted woods for his screen.
But we
Gotcha.
won't make it there by morning.
If you traveled all night, you would probably make it to the hut in the woods. But it would be a kind of like you get there around dawn sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, should camp
Fig
here.
is going to look around for some berries or some other kind of food that they could have for tonight, while also keeping a watchful eye on the rest of the party members in connection with Luna.
Make a survival check. And a nature check, whichever one you want to do, actually.
Wow! I should have done the other one. I have a +5 in survival, but I guess that doesn't matter.
I'll let you do the nature too, if you feel like it.
That's gonna be crap. Oh.
No? Okay, so as you are wandering through, you do find a couple of different bushes holding different berries. You start picking a bunch of each one without really thinking about it, but as you look at what you've gathered in your hands, you do notice that some of the berries from one of the bushes you remember are poisonous.
Oh, good.
So you carefully sort those berries out and take the safer berries as your meal. And you can add a ration if you want.
I'm gonna offer some to Luna.
Lumina tilts her head and looks down at you from the tree. She holds out her hand. She kind of like unfolds her wings, leans over to one side, and reaches down. You're tall enough and her branch is low enough that you can literally just reach up and pour them into her hand if you wanted to.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
Lumina takes the berries, kind of brings them up to her, mutters a thanks, and then starts casually flicking one or two into her beak one at a time and swallowing them whole. What would anyone else like to do?
I guess I'm gonna fucking scramble to put some rocks around this fire before you start a forest fire.
Make me a dexterity check. That fire's been on the grass for a little while now.
Oh my god, Blake. Don't
I
pull that
swear to
shit.
God, Blake, if the forest just burst into
Yulissa knows how to make a fucking fire,
Yeah, but
okay?
Barbecethul did it. Yulissa didn't doing it. You did fine.
Wait, what?
Kai.
I
You
put the
managed to-
fire down. I didn't realize.
Yeah, you didn't say Yulissa was making the fire. All I heard was that Barbecethul threw a firebolt onto the fucking forest
That's all I
floor.
heard too.
So, Kaya manages to turn Barbecethul's wildfire in the making into a workable fire without any danger to the forest, and does not burn herself in the process.
Wow, wonderful. I'm going to take our shared pack off of Ulissa's shoulders and plop it on the ground next to the now contained fire.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Does everyone else kind of have like food?
Torch drops his bedroll.
I don't know why that did that.
Because the torch
Oh,
is
I
shared
thought-
between everyone's ownership because it's just a
Oh.
torch. So
Okay.
I love that.
All the fires
torch
talking
drops his bedroll. Can
There
we?
we go.
If we have to get a pet for the party at some point, name him Torch
now.
now.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
A little
Uh,
baby
A
dragon.
baby fire elemental.
Lumina looks down at the bedroll and plops another berry into her beak, and she waves Ragaj off and she says, I have feathers for a reason, you realize. I'm warm enough on my own. I hate those things. They always make me
It's
feel
just gonna
trapped.
perch.
Yeah,
Fair
she's
enough.
literally
Alright.
laying out in a tree.
Right, well, I'm gonna start getting my bedroll out as well, and I guess some food.
Okay.
Fucking hungry.
Is there anyone, as I observe the party, is there anyone I'm seeing that doesn't have anything to eat?
Fig took care of Lumina, and I believe everybody else has rations, so they all should be fine.
Me and Kaya will go ahead and I'll take 2 rations off my sheet.
Okay. Everyone who wants to eat, kill a ration from your sheet. And as you all are prepping the food and kind of bedding down for the night, Lumina chimes in again, having finished her berries. So, is one of you going to tell me exactly what the hell happened after the fucking fire tried to eat me? Or are we just going to ignore that part?
Yeah, I'll give her a nice little recap. Essentially, we walked in. There was, oh god, who I assume was, hang on, let me check. Was the apprentice working for Farid, or were they, like, kind of racing each other to this?
You did not determine that.
Okay. Well, an old friend of mine and some of his men were already waiting in that chamber, and they seemed to have enslaved, or imprisoned, I guess, a being of questionable power and origin, who seemed to be in possession of Veilstone, and I'll hold up my left wrist and show her. We disposed of him. Farid, my friend, got away. And, this Kenku, who referred to himself only as the Herald, offered to give us this Veilstone, and in exchange, I just had to give you that, excuse me, sorry, moonstone amulet looking thing.
Oh, great! So you thought that after fucking getting your arm almost ripped off by another magical material, you just hand me a rock too. Thanks, really. Top tier friend.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
Sometimes you need to take one for the team.
Big didn't even agree to it, honestly, and it just came to her, so.
So that means you do it to somebody else too?
No, it just means that I was asked to do something in exchange for this highly coveted object, and so I will do it.
God.
How do you even know it's real Veilstone? It's just a myth. Bari talked about it all the time, and he has a little book, but it doesn't exist.
Well, all I have to do is make a wish, right, to find out.
Sure.
it's like that fucking it's like that like YouTube video where like the kid blows out the candles while they're just staring like hatefully at someone, and then they're like, well, what'd you wish for? It won't come true if I don't tell you. It's like, you know, they fucking wished for you to die. Fucking just staring at Lumina over the bracelet. Fuck you in your eyes.
Well, I believe that this is more than a legend, and as such, I am not going to waste my wish.
Sure. Believe what you want. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time, though.
Look, if it's worth anything, I sincerely hoped that nothing bad would happen to you when I gave you that stone.
Lumina turns her head and looks at you from her perch in the tree and just stares across the middle distance. She's kind of squinting because it's taking her a second to like make you out in the light of the fire. Like it's kind of a glare. You have like the little smoke haze between you two. But she is kind of glaring at you. She mutters, "Fine. You helped me kill the bastard, I guess, so I'll call it even because I'm nice."
Thank you.
Didn't seem to do anything anyway. Just a little light show. So you all came looking for Veilstone, I'm assuming? I thought you all were the assassins or running away. I guess I was pretty far off the mark, huh? Lumina's being rather chatty now.
I don't know about the others, but this is what I'm here for. Yeah.
Fig shakes her head. No, I'm just here to make sure the forest is in peace, and right now, this party isn't good for it.
What did I do?
You're an asshole.
Alyssa is just compliant. That's
I'm
all.
compliant.
Literally just caught in the crossfire of this shit.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything? Oh, sorry, I didn't see Regaz. Go ahead.
Regaz says, I just changed jobs a lot. Interesting.
He is handy, man.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to talk about as everybody kind of gets their meals going and starts munching away? They've been kind of... Lumina's finished with all her berries and everything. Anybody who had something more substantial is probably about halfway done.
Yeah, I'm done chatting. I want to finish my food.
Okay.
Is this gonna be a short rest or a long rest, by the way?
This should be a long rest. You are bedding down for the night.
Long rest. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you all are eating. Chatter's kind of died away a little bit. Lumina is laying in her tree. Her eyes are closed, and after a little while, you see her kind of go still as she's laying in that tree branch, her little perch, and she seems to have fallen asleep. As the last of the sun dims entirely, and it is now pretty much pitch black except for your fire. You all have eaten. You all have taken care of everything. So I have to ask you all, how do you set up camp? Do you set any guards? Anything like that?
So
I take the first watch.
we still have a fire going, right?
Yes, right now.
I'm gonna use create water, and I'm gonna put the freaking fire out.
I would like to use my shield to block the water. Save
Are you
the fire.
kidding me? What's the necessary need for this thing? I have dark vision.
For what? For I don't have dark vision.
You don't need it. Go away.
I would like to remind Fig that Ulissa reminds Fig that he does not have dark vision, and it can get cold in the forest at night, and not all of us are used to it. It's best to see any threats coming if anyone else comes to recover these people that we've already killed.
Big says you are responsible for the fire, then.
It's not going to catch on to anything. Right? There's nothing around us. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small fire.
Mm-hmm.
In the interest of compromise, I'll keep the fire low for my watch.
Okay.
I will take
It's a
watch
small
after.
fire, but Barbecithul is here. and
That
you
is
trust
very
it.
true.
I take my watch, making sure to keep the demon lady in sight the whole time.
Okay. So it's
Is she a pyromaniac narcoleptic? Does she just does she sleepwalk? And does she sleep arson? Is she a sleep arsonist?
She's sleeping.
Turn up the heat here.
She she just breathes out fire with every breath. She's like snoring. She's like, and like just breath of flames comes out.
Little Nicky.
okay. So Ulissa takes the first watch, and give me a second. I got to do one thing. Oh shit! Hold on. I forgot to do that.
1d2.
Shut up.
Luminous talking in her sleep.
Luminous
Yeah.
flipping a coin in your sleep. God, I love that
Okay.
coin.
Elissa's watch passes quietly, and she hands it over to Miss Kaya. Kaya, make me a perception check.
I will perceive.
Oh, is this the second watch?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh!
Kaya, it is
Yeah.
dark at night. You are very distracted by
She
the
has dark
lovely
vision.
armband the lovely
I really
armband with
am.
the amethyst gemstone set inside. You are just like examining your nails.
Mhm.
It looks so good. How could you take your eyes off it? You do not notice anything throughout the night.
I totally agree. That is exactly what I'm over the moon right now.
Okay. So, a new day dawns. You all are still outside the entrance to the cave. Lumina has jumped down from her perch at this point. She seems to be at least something of an early riser, but she's kind of leaned up against the tree she was using and going through her wings and her kind of messed up feathers. You can see there are a bunch of like bald spots where she's plucked her feathers for weaponry and where she plucked herself earlier when she was having her panic attacks. But she's doing her best to straighten them out and make herself look a bit more presentable as you all kind of get started on your day. So what else would you all like to do this morning?
Music's giving me energy.
Well,
Well,
if
we're heading back to Raven's Point. That's the first thing we're doing.
if Ulissa doesn't want breakfast, then I'm just gonna roll everything back up.
If everyone's hungry, I mean, we can eat. Ulysses not in that much of a hurry. Does everyone need to eat this morning?
Eh,
No.
No, we're good.
I think I'm good.
check that Lumina's not fucking anamorphed into something else yet, or dead. But other than that, no.
Lumina
Animorph.
has not animorphed into anything, but as you make me a perception check again as you approach her. With disadvantage because you don't know Aarakocra. Okay, well that's really bad.
Yo,
So you
don't let Kai roll anymore.
She seems a bit annoyed still, and so you can't quite tell if like the ruffle of her feathers and the set of her feathers is anything weird. She just kind of glares at you as you approach and goes back to preening her wings.
I make a perception check as well.
Yeah, if you want to.
All right. With advantage or without? Because
I will say you have advantage because you are the only one here familiar with Aarakocra.
excellent. Thank you. And
So Ragaz, being more familiar with how Aarakocra deal with things and their plumage, will notice that a lot of the missing feathers from her wings are not the same missing feathers that were missing the other day. It looks like somehow they had shifted during the night, almost as if some of them had regrown and others had fallen out. That's what Ragaz recognizes.
She's dying. We gotta put her down.
Lumina's ready to put you down.
Put her out of her misery.
She has the bird flu.
You do see that she does not seem to be sick or anything. She just kind of is standing there acting exactly as she usually does. A bit annoyed, a bit recalcitrant, but you do notice that the feathers are not the same ones.
Whoa.
I will go about my business as I did not notice this. And it is none of my business.
So, no food? Nothing? We ready to go?
Before we set out, I'm going to bolster 3 of my allies.
I'm also gonna put the fire out very thoroughly.
So y'all get 5 more health points max.
I would decline it.
I'm not gonna do one of you anyway.
Oh, fucking okay. God damn.
I'm gonna say
Oh, I'm also the only one who has my level 4 HP on my sheet right now, so...
Yeah, nobody else has leveled up yet.
Gotcha.
It's fine.
I was like,
They're-
how the fuck do I have so much more HP than those?
Spoiler alert, I'll let you know this. There is not another fight. I don't have one that I
That's
can
okay.
do,
I'm
so...
doing this for flavor.
Okay.
Nice.
Ragaz, Lumina, and I'm assuming I can cast it on myself.
Yeah.
Say I
Yes, you
can't.
can. Yeah, if it says creatures, it has to say other than you. Alright. Let's
Lumina
go.
kinda
Back to Raven's
blinks
Point.
and starts turning towards Raven Points with a muttered thanks towards Fig. She seems a bit like, what the fuck, but okay. And you all set out for the day away from the cave entrance. So you all move through the woods out from where they sort of began to bleed into mountains as you got into the cave. But as you leave, you're heading downhill. It's a pretty quick walk through the brightly lit forest area. It's early morning. There's not a lot of trouble. You don't find any more bandits or anyone who seems like they are from the Zephyr Corporation, and most of the travel day passes uneventfully. You manage to make it back to the hut in the woods, the northern outpost where you met Lumina, about, I'll say, just past midday. And you come in, and now everyone make me a perception check.
No.
I like perception checks in case you can't tell.
I also like them.
It's too bad I didn't.
Dude,
Kaya's just fucking out there right now.
whatever.
This
Yulissa
rock.
is my eyes.
Yeah, true.
Yes,
Yulissa
good.
and Ragaz. As you approach the hut in the woods, you see off in the distance, much further away than the distance between the hut and your current location, large clouds of billowing gray smoke wisping into the air.
They all did.
What do you all do?
Continue
game is
towards
paused right
Raven's
now.
Point, I guess.
I think we should
Yeah, I don't think he
fucking
intends
run.
for us to move on this map.
Oh, I just have the game paused by accident, sorry.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, can Fig cast create water a mile away? Is that possible?
No.
With 1,000 times the volume.
Yeah, like no. The rain spell.
So Raven's Point is
Is the direction that
bye-bye
the fire's
right
coming
now.
from, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the
maybe
same
we should
direction.
run away from Raven's Point.
What did I just do?
Fig intends to go to Raven's Point to stop the fire.
Ignore that, please. Sorry.
How dare you, Jared?
Well,
I
clicked
will,
the button
I will
by accident.
try
I
to
don't know
go
what I
check
did.
it out, but depending on what I find, I might just bail.
What a bitch. Nah. So as you all approach the ruined outpost, Lumina kind of meanders past the withered bodies of what used to be her friends towards the burnt outpost and starts looking around the area. And as she does so, she kind of picks up a couple of bags that are hidden in bushes and like a couple of knives and stuff. And she finally has a pack now as she kind of rejoins everybody.
Question.
Yes.
Lumina, do you want to bury these people before we go?
Lumina pauses for a long second, glances back over her shoulder. She seems like actually sincerely thinking about it and debating it, and finally sighs, and her pack falls to the ground. I'd rather they did it for me, so sure.
Alright, I'll
And
help
goes
her out.
back to start burying the bodies.
Stand over this body. What about cremation?
Oh my god.
No.
That would be faster. I mean, I guess if we're in a hurry, there is a fire burning a town to the ground, a mile away.
She tells you all that if you want to cremate everyone, you can, except for the man called Garrett, because it was against his religious beliefs.
Where's
that.
Jared at?
Garrett, I believe, is this one. At least that's what I remember correctly.
Oh my god, hold on. Where are you pinging?
All
Oh,
the way up by the
north.
tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to him and... Let me see if I have it.
Lumina does make mention that he was an avid follower of Artesia as well, and that is why he does not want to be burned.
I'm gonna perform a funeral rite for him.
Oh, that's nice.
Aww. As you do so, Fig, you're a cleric of Artesia, right? I think that's what you decided on.
So.
Mhm.
Yeah. remembering things from your backstory, huh?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Bonk.
As you do so, as you are performing your rite over the dead body, it takes, is that an hour cast? Oh my god, yeah, this takes an hour.
It sure does.
As you are performing your rite, you see that around the body, tiny buds and flowers began to form, slowly growing around him as tiny vines reached up and grew along his legs, arms, and torso, gradually working, enveloping him, and he basically, they eventually, at the end of your cast, all the vines fade away, and in the place of the corpse, there is a warm field of various flowers beneath this tree.
Oh, pretty.
Yes. But he returned to the land with your ceremony. And Lumina patiently watched through the whole thing and thanked you afterwards and says that he would have liked that.
Big nods happily.
So, funeral rites and everything taken care of. You all work and bury the bodies. It takes you about the same time. It takes about an hour while Fig was doing her funeral rite. You do all manage to get everything cremated, everything taken care of. Does anyone want to do anything, or do you want to continue on to Raven's Point?
I'm
Down
fine
to-
continuing on.
Okay.
To the burning town that we have left burning for now.
Yeah, I was
Can we-
gonna
can we
say.
search through the burned out shack over here, or is it still on fire from earlier?
It is basically ash now, but if you want to make an investigation check, you can take a look around.
All right, one little.
I haven't edited any of these maps, so we're doing a little bit of theater of the mind right now because I wasn't exactly sure how far we were going to get in this.
Mhm.
Okay, you shuffle through the ashes a little bit, kind of dig around, but you do not find anything of value among the burnt out husk that was the hunting lodge.
All you find is ash. Whoa.
Ash Ketchum?
I hope he's not in there. Oh, that'd be a little morbid.
Very dirty paws.
Stop typing, Dane. Typing. No one's allowed to type
Ash
here.
me outside. How about that?
Do you remember that stupid fucking quote?
No.
Alright, Jackie. Jackie's not a memer, she doesn't know anything.
This is
Yeah,
true.
she's not a meme lord.
Nope.
I am not.
Okay. So, yeah, do you actually have a question, bitch?
No.
I mean, he gets very aggressive and asks him if he
No.
actually has a question.
No.
Shoves him in the lake. No, not really.
Oh my god.
I
Oh.
probably
Hey,
deserve
chicken wing.
that. God, can you shove Barbie in the lake? Actually, that'd be great.
Dude, would she melt? Is she
You
allergic to water?
extinguish.
She's
You
a
fucking
ghost.
dies.
She's a fucking
Like a Wizard of
Charmander, the
Oz.
flame goes out and she just instantly dies.
Dies, yeah.
I'm melting.
Did you just want to make the joke, Nathan, or did you want? Okay, I guess you just wanted to make the
You
joke.
look.
Lumina-
Bye.
What a bitch.
Seems like the type who'd walk up to Lumina and say, "Hey, you got some feathers on your arm," and boop her nose and be like, "I gotcha, dumbass."
This feather looks ruffled. Gotcha.
She grumpily goes back to Fig, who is her only friend in this fucking group, apparently. And mutters to herself, just fucking go. And I'm
Fig
assuming you all heard
glares at Barbie as they leave.
I like how Lumina and Fig are just wound up best friends some fucking how.
Oh yeah.
After I literally called you a bitch the very first time. That was the first word.
Because Fig is a
I'm being discriminated
decent
against.
person.
So.
Hey, you can yell at Lumina for treating you poorly or say anything.
No, you also wouldn't say anything. about it.
Exactly. Yulissa wouldn't say anything about it, and Lumina would be a bitch, so
I'm going to tell Ulissa that I absolve him of all responsibility in this situation.
Damn right you do. I just raise an eyebrow at Kaya. Alright, what are we doing? Are we
Okay.
going back to Raven's Point?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so as you approach Raven's Point, you get basically where the outskirts of town were,
Uh-oh.
but as soon as you reach that area, you see that the entire place has been scorched into an unrecognizable puddle of black ash. The entire town is leveled. There are some stone masonry and foundations that are still standing, but everything has been charred black, and there is a lot of ash, several corpses that have been burned into skeletons, and nothing remains of the former town of Ravens Point. It looks as though someone had taken a, almost like a perfectly neat circle had burned into the forest and the town itself, eviscerating the town and the area around it, but leaving the rest of the forest intact. I will move you all to Raven's Point, but this is not at all what it looks like anymore.
Is
I
there
enter the
anyone
bar.
around? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, look, bar's fine. What are you talking about, Blake?
Can I go back to approximately where the bar was?
Yes. What would you like to do there?
I would like to search for any charred corpses.
You do find a charred corpse, and beneath it you do see that he has not been fully burned through. His half of his face is kind of charred off, but it looks like he was ducking and covering. But
No.
you do recognize that the ginger-haired man, Soren, the
That's not
bartender,
nice. That's not nice.
is dead on the floor of what used to be his tavern.
I'm killing off the entire Owlin race.
Go ahead.
Fuck
Bitch, you
you.
won't.
I hate
Oh,
how
I'm
little you
dead.
care. Fuck you. How am I supposed to hurt someone with no soul?
My God.
Oh, I wish I had some way to pay respects to this man. But I'll just be on my way. Yes.
The only thing that seems remarkably intact is the cobblestone road itself. There is ash and black marks on it, but it seems to have held up rather well over whatever flames had gone throughout the entire town. Barbekethul and Regaz, because I believe Regaz has Arcana as well. I want you both to make an Arcana check. Barbekethul, I want to make it with advantage.
Oof.
I just want to really emphasize how little I know about magic.
That's okay. You can definitely do that. I will allow that. So, Barbekethul and Regaz, actually, both of you are able to tell that the fire was magical in nature. Regaz can tell that it was very focused and centralized on the point, and he can also tell that it wasn't made by a particular spell, but it definitely had some type of magical quality to it. Barbekethul, however, recognizes this as a burn mark from a particularly angry and particularly magically adept red dragon.
Fuck.
My...
Fuck.
What's Lumina been doing during all of this?
Lumina is kind of standing in the middle of the charred out road looking at all the husks of her town that she used to live in. She doesn't look like she's like about to burst out crying or anything. She's kind of got her arms crossed, wings are folded around her, and is kind of doing the slow swivel looking at everything, and is just a little bit despondent on the road. But she is not speaking anymore. She hasn't been a bitch to anybody in the past like 35 minutes.
Someone really wants this Veilstone. I think, we're all at risk here.
Yeah, I think we better leave.
Yeah, we might wanna...
The more smoke we breathe in here, the worse it's gonna hurt later, so we should get out of here, I think. I don't know where we're going or what we're doing, but at the very least...
Yeah, you should take your helmet off for a hot sec.
Why?
Uh,
I have tucked fabric into the grate of my
oh, okay.
my helmet, so
That,
I'm good.
yeah, that helps. Alright, yeah, I'm inclined to leave.
I mean, Kaya's probably fine. She's probably been breathing dust in her whole life anyway.
Wow.
Well, but like,
But actually,
wow.
Wow.
It's like okay.
I'm made of rocks. It can't affect me.
She's like she's like sponge feeding like SpongeBob in that one episode. She's
Yeah,
like,
this is
dirt,
strengthening me,
delicious.
actually.
Ulysses gaining mass.
So shall we leave?
Yeah. Which way? This way.
Anyway, just the quickest way out.
Well, I'm closer to this side, so.
Fig, were you doing anything, or?
Vic's kind of looking around at all the destruction, and there's like apparent tears in her eyes, looking at some of the trees and animals that are affected by this. She looks over at Lumina and worries about her, but also doesn't understand why she needs to go with the rest of the party as her deal has been done. So she was thinking about going back up towards her home, but she's worried about Lumina.
Okay. Regaz, are you doing anything? I know that Kaya and Berbekthil are already like bouncing up out of here. I'm assuming
Yeah, they're
Ulysses is
running.
going with them.
I would be with Gaia.
Okay.
I just haven't felt like moving my character.
I'm gonna move your character for you. You gotta be where I tell you to be. Okay, deleted. Nah. So, Regaz, are you doing anything?
I was on mute, my bad. Yeah,
No
I'm
worries.
thinking of temporarily hanging back, saying I wouldn't recommend. I realize this was your home, but I don't think that we're safe staying around here either. I think we need to move along.
Lumina glances at you and looks back around at all the ash and everything, and then kind of mutters, "It's not my home. I just lived here." And as she walks by you, she kind of like, it's almost like she tries to pat you on the arm, but she can't quite like muster the energy or desire to actually lift her arm. So she pats you more along the wrist. And as she does so, she taps her hands and her talons along the metal armband you wear, your Veilstone item.
Hmm.
Every one of you wearing the Veilstone items notice that your gems are suddenly gleaming rather brightly as Lumina begins to fade slightly into silvery mist with each step. That same silvery mist begins erupting out of all 5 of your Veilstone items,
Is she gonna die?
quickly consuming you
Wait, what?
and bringing each and every one of you into, give me 1 second, I have to get this open, what looks to be a void of blank silvery
name.
mist.
Oh,
Yes, it is
God.
generic battle map because I didn't want to make an entire silver fucking area when I already had one, bitch. I already have one. I don't need to make another silvery
Did
area.
Lumina eat
Silver?
us?
Jared, I'm gonna slap you.
Why?
That's a valid question.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened. Maybe
Kaya's
that's the
like-
first thought Ulysses has. Did she just eat us? What's going on? Doesn't understand magic.
What do you all do? You do not feel that there is anything under your feet in particular, but you can tell you're standing on something. Everywhere around you is silvery mist, and it makes it hard to see more than 10 feet in front of you, but you are generally aware that all of you are in the general vicinity.
Lumina's not here.
You do not see Lumina anywhere.
Can I try to investigate my wrist thing?
Yes. Go ahead and make an Arcana check and an investigation check. One for each different thing. Ooh, spicy!
Alright, not bad.
Okay, you can see that your gemstone is still gleaming that ethereal purple light for you. Oh my fucking god.
Your magic knowledge is... Oh,
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, I fucking love that. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright,
So-
sorry.
As Kaya inspects her armband, she is so fucking excited. She's paying very close attention. She's like, oh my god, this is my wish, right? I get to make my wish now. This is how this works. Oh my god. So she's paying very close attention. She notices that the amethyst gemstone on her wristband is still glowing, and that there is still silvery mist kind of wrapped around her armband. Almost like it's turned, the armband itself, except for the gemstone, has turned into that same silvery mist. She cannot, unfortunately, discern where they are or what exactly happened to drag them there. She just notices the physical aspects of what is going on with her armband. Would anyone like to do anything?
Can I make a check of mine because mine was the one that was touched?
Yeah.
All right. Same thing, Arcana and Investigation.
Yep.
Ugh. Ah.
My stupidity is rubbing off on other people, I guess.
Ragaz was kind of not able to see that Lumina actually touched his armband as she walked past. She was kind of halfway already past him. So he looks down. He doesn't see anything particularly special about his wristband besides that it has turned into the mist, except for the sapphire. Anybody want to freak out yet? Huh?
I'll
Yeah, I
roll
wanna-
to freak out.
Yeah.
I want to panic as well.
Yeah, I rolled a freak out.
Everybody make me wisdom saving throws. Let's go.
Okay.
Can I use
Oh.
locate object to locate Lumina's pendant?
Let me read the spell real quick. Because I need to make sure like what it actually does. Give me 1 second. Also, do you have it prepped? I think you do, but
I do.
which one is it? Let me see. Is it second level or first level? I can never remember.
It's a second level.
I'm not showing where it's prepped, but I'll let you use it this time if you'd like to, if I can figure it out. Describe a name or an object familiar to you.
Well, maybe it's not. Don't worry about it.
Since the direction of the object's location. Okay, yeah, you don't have it prepped, and I don't think you remember all the details about the item that you gave Lumina that she ate that well, so I will say that you cannot make...
Eight?
It disappeared into her.
I was about to say she ate it. When did this happen?
Nah, it turned into mist and wrapped around her is what
You
y'all
didn't see
saw.
during dinner? She had a
She's
fork
turned
and a
into that
knife.
Stardew character that eats things.
Gems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Kaya's absolutely flipping her shit. Barbeckathul is equally flipping her shit.
Mm,
In Zero G.
are we in Zero G?
No, you are standing on something, but it does not look like there is anything on the ground.
Oh, I thought you said it felt like you couldn't feel anything in your feet.
No, you just can't tell that there's anything down there. You know that you're standing on something, but you don't feel anything. Like there's gravity, but you don't know where the ground begins. Is the way I'd put it. If you jump, you will fall back to where exactly you were standing, but you don't know where the ground is. You can't tell. It's all just silvery mist.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do what you were gonna do. Just, you know.
Yeah, you can still like throw fireballs every fucking where.
Yes.
Okay, so as Barbeckathul slings fireballs off into the distance, they do seem to clear the mist ever so slightly, and I will say Ulyssa is smart enough to do this, and she has good perception, so I'll just let her have it. Ulyssa would spot that there are two shadowy figures off into the southeast from your current location as the mist sort of rolls back in on itself.
That
So y'all
worked.
catch a glimpse of that.
To where? The southeast?
Southeast. Down to the right.
I'm fucking going.
Yo. Yo, she going.
Who the fuck are you?
Who
You
the
hear
fuck are
Lumina
you?
off in the distance. And as you reach this point, you see that there is an open space where the mist does not seem to penetrate.
Oh, hello.
It looks as though there is a 30-foot sphere around Lumina, who is staring down the very amused, patiently waiting Herald in this silverly void. Oh, great! I'm so glad you all are here. It took you forever, to be honest. How are you liking your gifts?
Where the fuck am I right now?
You
Tell me what
hear
this
the
is, I
panic in
say
her
with
voice.
tears in my eyes.
She suddenly realizes how much she liked being gravity bound.
Yeah, where is the earth? Where's the dirt and the rocks? I can't do that.
Lumia's like, I would like to know that as well. And the Herald, he kind of continues doing his delightful stalk around each of you. And he's like, that's not the answer I was looking for. I asked how you're liking your gifts. And he completely ignores your question.
I got a fucking gift for you right here.
Ooh, kinky.
Whoa.
Pull my swords out.
Oh,
Extremely kinky. The Kenku does not seem bothered and continues to pace around all of you. And he looks to be examining each of your armbands. And as he walks past Ragaz, he winks at him and then walks away.
Ooh,
uh,
Yes, be very disturbed.
He's
This guy
flirting
is
with
very
him.
disturbing. So, does anyone want to yell at the Herald or yell at Lumina or do
Well,
anything else?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Whatever you want. How would Kai react to be thrown into a silvery void where she
No,
found the Kenku asshole?
I'm asking him.
Well, do whatever you want. I gave you the anchor for a reason.
Well,
Fuck is
do
the
I have
anchor?
to use my wish to get my ass out of here?
You don't even know how to use your wish. Let's get that part clear. And then he turns to Ulissa briefly, and he's like, this! And pats Lumina on the shoulder. Lumina's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you do notice, all of you, that unlike when the Herald touched any of you in the dungeon, he can pat Lumina on the shoulder just fine. Lumina's A-okay.
Is she dead?
Oh, you're gonna find out.
No.
No.
Ulissa,
I
Ulissa just
refuse.
blatantly
Just no.
on like a conceptual level. Ulissa doesn't know what's going on right now. Ulissa is just waiting for a cue from Kaya. He does not know what this is, nor understand the magic going on. Hence the 0 roll on Arcana.
An anchor is a particular tool that I felt would be very helpful to you. Unfortunately, it has certain requirements that need to be met, so I had to give it to somebody who could meet those requirements, and now she'll have to help you. And I'm sure she's very thrilled. No, I'm fucking not. Lumina seems very upset as the Herald kind of stalks around, walks behind her, and he kind of flicks her on the back of the head very briefly, and you see that Lumina goes silent and kind of limp.
What?
What?
She's just standing there with a vacant look on her face. Sorry, she was getting very annoying. I had to mute her.
No. He's just got the fucking click remote.
Yes, he's got the fucking click remote for Lumina's fucking mouth. It's a great experience.
Is the Herald Adam Sandler? Question mark.
The Herald is very disturbing, I'll give you that. As I said in the dungeon, I need your help looking into that gentleman. What was it? The apprentice, whatever his name was. I wasn't really paying attention that much. What I was paying attention to, however, was the black substance he seemed to be made of. And I did tell you all that I needed to look into that. You all will be helping me. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I assure you your compensation will be fabulous, with the whole wish business. But for that, you need the anchor. So let's see here. Let's see. Which one of you has a hometown or somewhere you'd like to be visiting? Anywhere would do. It doesn't really matter. I just need to show you how to work. Pats Lumina on the shoulders. This.
This.
Oh my god. Poor Lumina.
Ulysses becoming more uncomfortable by the second.
The Herald is enjoying every second of it. He just looks like he's having a great fucking time.
Being
like-
stands
I'd
up
like to
and kind of
remake-
protectively wraps her arms around
I'd like to
Lumina and
remake my
glares at
saving
the
throw.
Herald.
Okay, I'm still okay.
You're so good.
I'll do the same.
As Fig tries to protect
Oh no!
Guys slipping her shit again.
You're rolling. That's 2 1s for you today, Emily.
Yeah.
So, what happens on your nat 1, Kaya? How freaked out are you? What do you do when you freak out?
It's just somehow worse. I guess I. Eh, I might try to like start pulling the bracelet off or something, but I will
Okay.
probably quickly regret that decision, I imagine.
As your fingers try and rip and tear at the bracelet and the gemstone refuses to move, and while the silvery mist that your bracelet is currently made of disperses slightly around your skin, it automatically reforms itself the second your finger leaves the area. So it is irremovable at this point in time.
Oh, I don't really have I mean, I guess we could try my hometown.
Great! What's the name? Here, speak it
Uh,
into the microphone here, dear. And he shoves
Oh
Lumina
my
forward.
God! Microphone? What the fuck?
What if I don't?
I
Wait,
just
hang
wanted
on.
to say that.
It's in my message history. Hang on.
Wealdstone.
Wealdstone, yes.
Excellent! As soon as you say that, Lumina's form blurs into more silvery mist that disperses the rest of the mist. And off in the distance, you hear the sounds of a rustic mining town coming from the farthest edges of the white misty area you are still standing in. The circle has grown wider with Lumina dispersing, but you can hear the sounds of a rustic mining town, and you can vaguely recognize a few buildings and shapes moving throughout that area. But probably most importantly, Kaya would recognize that one of the buildings that stands out and you can actually see through the silvery mist is her home in Wealdstone.
Oh,
Wow.
I
This
haven't.
is an anchor. It allows instantaneous transportation between various areas as long as you know where you're going and what you're looking for. And that I can provide you. So you can go pretty much anywhere you've actually been before. And he reaches over and kind of pokes at the mist very briefly. And basically, he flexes his talons into a few very brief magic runes that glow with blue fire. They immediately disappear into the mist, and where he did so, you can see. Give me 1 second to get the text box up.
No.
Fuck you very much. I'm trying really hard, damn it. I hope everybody's having a good time suffering with poor Lumina the microphone.
We are the only. See, this problem roots back to last April when I got Emily into Valorant, and then she started spamming no in Valorant 200% of the time. And so now both of us just respond to everything with no all the time. It's not because we're not having fun, it's because of Valorant. It's Valorant's fault.
Where the herald had written into the mist,
God.
you see in flaming blue letters a name, Skimmerstead. And as soon as he completes this, you can see that half of the area continues to represent Kaya's hometown, and the half behind the blue text, fuck you, actually shows what looks to be a odd set of buildings, the sounds of nature and running water, but you cannot make out anything in particular otherwise. That is where you might find more Veilstone that will help you refine your wish. And he does air quotes at the wish and seems very amused by this. And you might help me find out what's going on with that rich boy and his not quite as entertaining friends.
This sounds like a great deal to me. I would absolutely love to get back at him.
Anyone else have anything to say? The herald is still kind of walking around, and Lumina is still gone right now. She's just in silvery mist. I keep forgetting to do this.
Smites her.
Do you want me to respond in text or in voice? It doesn't matter to me.
Either is fine.
Okay. The herald pauses in front of Ulissa and lifts his taloned hand, kind of waving a finger at him very briefly, and he's just like, I already told you what I expect. I need some people to look into something for me, and I am, unfortunately, incapable of doing so myself. It's not you, it's me, so I need you. You see?
Are you incapable of doing this because you're incorporeal?
Exactly! I'm so glad someone gets it. That's a word of the day! He claps for you, and it's very sarcastic. I'm so glad one of you is keeping up.
Fig
Too
gets
busy.
up close to him and is like, bring her back.
Harold blinks at Fig very, very skeptically, and he says, well, she's all around us, dear. She's an anchor. I told you this. I explained this a few minutes ago, didn't I?
No.
And he looks at Ragaz as though he's expecting some sort of sympathy that he had totally explained the entire concept. He's like, the fuck is this chick up with?
Fig puts her hands on her hips and just glares at him.
The herald sighs and is glared at, and he's very, very upset, and he bows his head, and he's like, I'm sorry I turned your friend into silvery mist, even though that's what she does and what she's for, but I'm sorry.
What she's for? Oh my god.
So you've had some sort of history with her?
No, never met her before. Any one of you can roll an insight check on this, by the way.
This is just slavery with extra steps.
I've recovered.
Wait. Hold on.
Fucking Arcana. Why?
Gotta do that.
This is magic! It comes like
Oh
Ulysses'
my
mind. Finally realizes.
Oh, gold star, Miss Paladin. He calls you Miss Paladin.
I know. Ulysses would ignore it. I want to correct you as a player, but Ulysses would ignore it.
Yes. Okay, so Fig and Kaya, you would be able to determine based on like your insight. You would kind of figure from watching the Herald and how he's talking is that he does not seem to see Lumina as a person, and it doesn't seem to be anything personal. He keeps calling her an anchor, like he's talking about a chair or a wall. It's something that is ingrained in his vocabulary more than it is an insult or anything like that. He just seems to think of her as an anchor more than a person, whatever that means.
I mean, he probably doesn't think of us as much as people either.
You want to ask him?
To an end. No, I'm not going to bother getting that close to him.
Getting that close to him. We're almost done, by the way. We're going to end this here pretty shortly. I'm just trying to make sure everybody has gotten all their questions and stuff and anything they want to ask the Herald that appeared.
What? He's like an innocent child. What is magic? He doesn't ask that, but just thinking.
No questions? Fantastic. All right, so once you've picked where you want to go, you just have to tell the anchor where you want to head. She'll present your options, as you can see here. You do see that there is the blue writing of Skimmerstead, and there is Kaya's hometown in the distance to behind you all. Once you give her a destination, as long as you've been there before, she'll be able to take you there, and she could technically do it anywhere. If any of you have anywhere else to go, you can definitely do that. But I definitely recommend Skimmerstead, because that's where I would like you to go, and I greatly appreciate your assistance. Thanks! And he smiled. He's like clicking his beak at all of you, and he's like, you all are totally going to help me, right? But he doesn't seem bothered one way or the other.
Fig doesn't care about helping him. She just wants to get Lumina back.
Oh, will you stop panicking? I told you she's fine. She'll reappear, I think.
Oh. Okay. I think.
I think.
Well, it's been a while since I've worked one of these things. You know how it is.
No.
No.
Ulissa most certainly does not.
Consider helping if you make her no longer an anchor.
Oh,
See, now that I cannot do. I am unfortunately not that powerful, and to be honest, I'm not the one who made her an anchor. She was born that way. Anchors aren't made, my dear boy, they are born. The only thing I did was give her a little nudge to make her usable, let me say. I'm sure you notice she keeps disappearing, folding in and out of space, turning into mist, blitzing around. I just made that more deliberate for a group. I'm sure she'll thank me later.
Deliberate for you or deliberate for her?
Deliberate for you, of course. It only activates with. He reaches down and clicks a talon over the sapphire on Ragaz's Veilstone bracelet. And you do notice that he is able to touch that as well as he lightly taps the sapphire. It only reacts to these. So, you 5 are the only ones who can use her currently. But you didn't think I was giving you Veilstone for no reason, did you? That would be foolish.
alright, what are we doing?
You can go anywhere you have already been before or Skimmerstead. This is where I ask you all, where would you like to go? Someone's hometown? Someone's city? Skimmerstead, the next area that the Herald wants you to go to? You have any option you want. And by the way, this is why Lumina teleports. She is literally your fast travel system.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That was the whole point of her character.
I'd like to say hi to my family.
Okay. So there is, I haven't written it yet because I'm stupid, but it is behind you all currently. I think it's, what was it called? Heathstone
Wheelstone.
or Wieldstone, sorry.
Weedstone.
Weedstone. Wieldstone
Veilstone.
echoes in the distance behind you. Skimmerstead drips ahead of you. And the Herald glances between all of you, very expectantly. He's like, and of course, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions you might have. And he gives you this like tilt of his head, and he's like, I have all the charisma in the world. You could definitely trust me. It's that sort of expression. But he has not been very forthcoming so far.
Yeah, Kaya thinks asking, I don't know, trying to get anything out of him is gonna be a complete waste of time. So
Yeah, Fig does as well, which is why she starts going towards the portal or whatever it is.
Basically what it is there is a wall of mist like right before the letters and the area, and the idea is to walk through it. The Herald will explain that to you as you get closer.
Okay.
You just step through. It'll feel a little weird at first, but don't worry, your organs will rearrange themselves as you go.
Fig steps through.
Which way, Wieldstone or Skimmerstead?
Skimmer.
Okay. Fig walked through first. She got to decide where everyone was going.
People were taking too long.
Wait,
I'm going.
wait, didn't we say we were going to Wieldstone already though?
Did you walk through yet?
No, everyone was talking.
Fine, Veilstone then.
Okay. So as you step through, everyone's arms bands glow with the same silvery mist as each of you disappears from the silvery realm. It doesn't feel so much like disappearing. It feels more like the mist closes in around all of you, taking away your sight briefly and fading, leaving you all in the center of the town of Wieldstone, where we will end the session because Wieldstone does not exist yet, and I need to make that.
my family
Is
doesn't
that why you
exist.
wanted us to go to Shimmerstone or whatever it is?
That doesn't exist either.
Okay.
Literally, this was me teaching you what your fast travel is, and its name is Lumina. So
Nice.
that is the end of everything that I felt like I can go through before I have to make something. I will be making Wieldstone before the next session and everything. Did anybody have any questions, anything that they wanted to talk about the session? I will also be telling you all You will all be getting messages from me about your Veilstone items because this is the moment where your bracelets turn into those items.
Okay.
So I will be messaging you about all that. You all will get your funky dream sequences because expect a message from me. I know some of you have already gotten yours, but don't worry. All of you will have one soon. Does anyone have any questions, thoughts, concerns, hateful commentary, anything of that nature? Everyone want to talk?
I hate the Herald. He can go
Concerns.
die.
Yes. Oh God.
All I heard was I hate the Herald.
Yes.
To die.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, the Herald
mine?
loves you all.
Who
No.
knew that being forced to interact with the personification of Blake's inner monologue would be difficult and not answer questions?
Can mine be an exact replica of Farad's sword, except like slightly more ornate? Yeah, like an inch longer, like 2 more gemstones on it or something.
We will be talking about what everyone's Veilstone item is, and I will add them to their sheets because I have to figure out exactly what power up you all are getting from it.
Okay.
Because they're meant to be something cool, and I'll message each of you with all the stuff sometime
How-
over the next 2 weeks.
How long do you think it'll take you to get all this prep? 2 weeks, like you just mentioned, or?
I'm gonna try and have it done in 2 weeks. If it takes longer, I will let you all know. I'm gonna try and keep it so
Take
that
your
we at
time.
least have
take
sessions
your
every
time.
2 weeks. But yeah, this is kind of where I had the story going towards at this point. This was kind of the end where it turns into a campaign. This is kind of the bit I added after the one shot.
Right.
So congratulations, you all have a fast travel system and get your other cool stuff.
Woo! Fast
Epic.
travel. Very excited.
So
Not
is
about
the
Lumina though.
so is the places that we're visiting like the actual places or like the representation of them or
What it is when you are in this area, what happens is you basically have a wall of mist that blocks your full sight, but you can tell what is on the other side based on the name and the array of buildings and everything. If you walk into the mist, you are transported automatically to that location.
okay, so it's like it's like the actual space and not like a dream of the space, essentially. If you get what
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's you are actually transported to that area once you walk through the mist.
What does it look like from outside? I'm just curious.
From outside, it looks like there are like 6 spaces where there is just this random mist just rolls in like this cloud. It just rolls in out of nowhere, coming up from the ground, and just slowly forms into all 6 of you. That's how it looks. It's very, very misty. I like my mist. I like my smoke birds.
Smoke birds.
Any other questions?
Yeah, what's the answer to today's Wordle? Because I feel like I've got it.
I haven't looked
I'm
it
so
up yet.
close. I'm so close. I have all 5.
Up?
I have all 5 letters. Wait, what?
Blake, you look up the thing?
No, I haven't played
You
Wordle
also
yet
looked up the
today.
puzzle,
When you said
Jackie.
look
Con.
up, I was like, oh
You
my
hear,
god,
you hear her
don't be like
accusing you
Steph.
of being a cheater right away? No
I
hesitation.
mean, I've already cheated like 17 times today. I'm not gonna lie. You have no idea how much just shit I just made up on my head. Don't worry about it.
Emily! I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh god.
Jared, do you actually need help, honey?
Mm-mm. No, I've got all 5 letters. I just have to figure out where they go.
Oh.
I managed to get several rows of almost entirely yellow, so I just gotta figure out where they go.
Alrighty. I have no more questions.
I mean, but legally, they have to make it a word I would actually know, or else. So.
Okay. Well, if nobody has any questions, I think we can call the session done for right now. I hope everybody had fun. It went a little longer than I was expecting it to, given how much we had left, but it was a fun little RP segment. Lumina chilled out a little bit for you all. The Herald got to troll everybody. It was great.
Harold's an ass.
Lumina was forced to chill out.
Yes, she was. The Herald does not see her as anything like living. It is a fucking table.
So sad.
She's a table. A useful table, but a table.
A teleporting table. But a table.
Yep. A
She's
fancy
half.
teleporting table. Also, as a fucking spoiler, she will not have the teleporting effect anymore. This is what it turns into.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Yeah,
meant it
her
just
little-
was like a one-time thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
no, this
thought
is
that
this
was
is your
interesting.
fast travel system. But Lumina's like reaction where she disappears no longer exists. This
Gotcha.
is what it turns into.
Okay.
This is why she had it. That was the lore reason I gave.
Gotcha.
She was always going to turn into this fast travel system for you guys, and I was trying to foreshadow that with the fact that she literally teleports around. That's her whole point.
right.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay.
Is there a way to kill the Herald?
Is he the final
You-
boss? Can he be the final boss? How do we make him the final boss?
You can try to kill him whenever you see him. None of you have actually tried yet, and I was kind of sad.
Well, didn't we like swipe at him once back in the cave? I feel like we did.
I know you shook his hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
they
that
tried
was
to
it, I
bite
guess.
him.
Yeah, I shook his hand and tried to do like the Joker zap his hand kind of thing.
Yeah.
Could my wish be to make him corporeal, and so I can kill him?
Nope.
It's like that
Your
fucking.
wish doesn't work that
So
way.
if I die and I become a ghost, can I then kill him?
Yeah.
You'll find out, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording.